I'm Joe Price. You're very welcome back to In Forest and Lands. Behind the camera, as always, is Olsson. We've just been out in the woods cooking away around camp, and I thought I'd make a video that was very requested from everybody after the belt pouch video. If you haven't seen my belt pouch video, go check it. The links will be in the description below. But everybody rightly said that you're not always walking around with a belt pouch. So what do you do then? What's your EDC, your everyday carry when you're out and about, Joe? And I said, fine, I'll answer, because I don't always carry my belt pouch on me. Sometimes I bring my belt pouch out as a standalone thing like today, and it is just over at camp should we need to make fire. But the one thing that I always have on me is a belt. Now, I've made videos on leather belts and ways to carry things on leather belts, but this is my everyday belt that I use most often when I'm out and about, and this is a belt made by Wazoo. It's the Wazoo cash belt. Wazoo also sell little kits that fit in with these belts that you can load them up with, and I have some of those bits in there, and I've also added some bits of my own. So we'll just dive straight into it. Now, an awful lot of people say that they like to work on a system. I don't work on a system. I like to have a means of making fire. You know, my skill set is pretty decent that I can make a kind of shelter anywhere. And I do believe that your clothes should be your shelter before you start making Rambo-esque kind of booby traps and stuff around the woods to survive the night, because it's just a waste of burning calories. So on my belt, I've got some stuff to start fire, some stuff that kind of like would help me around an inconvenient situation. So I'll start off with one thing I love about this Wazoo belt. It has these retractable and hideable kind of loops that kind of come off it. This one hangs on your left hip side, and this one here hangs over your right front pocket. So I love the fact that it just has these kind of built in, and it comes with this little carabiner that you see here. So if you can imagine, it is sitting on me like this. On my right hand front pocket, I carry a pocket knife on a steel ring. I don't leave it up to chance. I don't have any fancy paracord knots. The steel wire is the one that I carry on my whether it's a Victorinox or it's one of my Helis, or it's this one here, which is the Rooster by Field and Steel, which he just dropped over to me there recently, and I absolutely adore it. I don't carry Scandi grinds on absolutely every knife that I own. I like my pocket knives to be a flat grind or a full flat grind, not saber, but it's just nice for a bit of food prep, and it's a bit more slicey or game prep. Sometimes, if I'm carrying a belt knife like I am today, and it's this one here, which I can't take out of the sheath because this is a new release from Heli, a new grind option that's coming out in the Nord-Lease range, but that's my belt knife. So I like to carry a different grind on that one. But sometimes, if I'm not carrying a pocket knife and I'm carrying a belt knife, I'll switch it out for a little accessory keychain. Sometimes I carry this on the left-hand side or in my pockets, but here's just a Kydex sheath for a Zippo lighter that was made by Field and Steel. And I'm able to carry a lighter, high-vis orange, a couple of spare carabiners, because I find that if I'm putting up ridge lines or setting up shelters, these are handy, and a little small Valo Store, a AA torch sent to me by the Trekking Bear. Shout out to the Trekking Bear on Instagram. Thank you very much, brother. This is really nice. And they would just be there. This is almost like, if you wanted to see it, my everyday kind of carry, regardless of whether I'm going grocery shopping or to the woods anyway. A knife that's on a steel ring, and then a torch and a lighter. When I'm out in the woods, on this clip here, I'll carry my Night Eyes number 4 and a set of gloves. These are made collaboration set. You've seen them in other videos. This is made with Sauso gloves in Finland. They're elk skin, but it can be any gloves you want. And I just like the fact that I can quickly attach them on, because this loop here on the left hand side of the belt sits around just between your kidney and your back pocket, so it's a nice spot to hang your gloves off or other accoutrements or your cap should you want it. And that is all that is on the outside of the belt. Made in America, Wazoo, you can see it there. Shout out to Dustin, thank you so much for the friendship and support with these type of videos. But they make cool products that they clearly send out to people who are in the outdoors. They're not made to be gimmicky, they're made to be functional with those functional bits. You may have seen their cash cap in an awful lot of other people's videos, which is also a great product. But in the front of the belt here is 2 elasticated bands, very strong, very good elasticated bands. And in there, I just have some Steri-Strips. I'll take them out and show you now. Just some folded Steri-Strips. Should I need them, because I carry plasters in my phone case or in my wallet. I do have plasters everywhere. I have 2 small boys. I'm always out in the woods. I'm a haemophiliac. So I just have a couple of Steri-Strips in there. But you could put whatever you want in there. Money, spare SIM cards if you happen to be working down across the border with the cartel, whatever, you can kind of put them in there. Got a bottle opener. I don't drink, but it's just nice to have a bottle opener should you have some fancy bottles of pop around the camp. Now, the really cool part of this belt is it is a cache belt. So there is a seam on the inside of the entire belt where you can fit it. I have tried belt systems like this before, and they are just a straight cut piece of material, and when you kind of load them up, it doesn't kind of sit right on the belt or on around your waist. So what Wazoo have done is made it so it's almost like a duty belt. So it kind of has a U shape to it, so you can carry these bits in it and it's not going to change the shape of your pants or your waist and sit around. And I will add that the stuff that I have in this may be different from what you see in Wazoo's kits. It may be different than what you carry, but I actually wear this belt when I travel through the airport. So there's very little metal in it, because metal kind of sets off all those fun things at the TSA. But I have brought this on 5 trips with me now. It's gone through security totally fine. I haven't been stopped or checked for it. So this I feel really comfortable with, to always have these bits and bobs on me should I need them. So inside the belt, as you can see, it has this massively large pocket. I mean, I'm pretty broad. I have a 46 to 48 inch chest, depending on if I've been eating any carbs that month, and that's a pretty long, kind of substantial pocket. First off, out of in the corner, I have some Techno cord, 25-30 feet of Techno cord. And this is really good cordage, and this is the one thing I find hardest to make in the woods or anywhere. If it's this Techno cord is so strong, I can fix my shoelaces with it. I can hold some zips together on my suitcases. It's got 1,000,001 uses, but in the woods, cordage is the hardest thing to replicate. So it's nice to have this should I decide to string up a poncho or anything else or build some traps. There's my band-aids. These ones I think are from Balkan even. So these are just some plasters or some band-aids, and you can see with my Steri-Strips in the front, I kind of got most basic nicks and bruises that you're going to get in the woods kind of covered. I have a heap of these cool day glow orange zip ties. These come in the Wazoo kit, which I think is pretty cool. And the fact that they're day glow orange is just another bonus. But I do wish that they were the reusable ones that you could kind of, the head is on them a little bigger, and then that way you could zip lock whatever you need to zip lock, or cable tie, and then you could simply pop these open again and reuse them. But these are a one-use set, but I absolutely adore them. I have them scattered all up the length of the belt. You never know, you could have to fix something on your car. In fact, if you want to see all the capabilities that you have with these, go check out Wazoo. And Dustin has just recently been on a safari in South Africa, down around in those particular areas, and the machines and the Jeeps were always breaking down, and his Wazoo belt actually came to the rescue quite a lot. So again, check out Dustin. I have some more cordage, because again, I've had to make my own cordage on the fly, and it's not good. Then I have some hemp infused wax wick, so I can hit this with my lighter, and I can get so many fires out of it. I can split this down into smaller usable bits. Yes, you could argue that you could use it as cordage. This can be split down into multiple smaller strands, and then I can hit this with a lighter or with a ferro rod or whatever I may want. And I've got multiple fires and arguably a bit more cordage, but you can see I can get quite a lot of fires out of this, or if it's really, really bad, I can roll this up and this will burn for a very, very long time. And down this end, I have a water purification system, and this actually came in the Wazoo kit, which I thought was very, very cool. So you got some Ranger bands, yes, another method of starting fire, but it is 2 micro pure tablets, which are good for a liter of water, and a little sandwich bag and a little sandwich tie, but you could use my cable ties or their cable ties should you wish. But this can purify a liter of water in this little system. Wazoo have loads of videos on that, you can go check it out. But this is absolutely brilliant because you can keep it in your wallet or your belt like I do, and you have a way of making fire, cordage and purifying water on your belt. And then up top I have again something that came in the Wazoo kit, but this is a little safety whistle. I love this whistle. It's all steel construction. It's got flow through things, so even if you drop it in the dirt, you can wash this and take all the particulates out of it, and it's a very good decibel whistle. And it's always better to have a whistle on you, because a whistle will be louder than you screaming, and you can do it for longer. So a bit of signaling in there with that one too. And then down this end I have a tiny little ferro rod and a ceramic scraper. Again, it came in the Wazoo kit, and I thought it was the absolute perfect size, so I can use this should my lighter be missing or just happen to not have it on me, and I can use this to strike and do what I need to do. I think these small ferro rods can be a bit gimmicky at times, and I know people look at them as if to say, what's going on here? But size isn't really so important when it comes to ferro rods. Technique and ferro rod composition are, and I have used these. There's nothing in this belt that I haven't taken out and used on multiple occasions, as me and Ida are in the woods on an almost daily basis. This ceramic striker paired with the composition of this ferro rod will light that hemp cordage that I have there, or if you have some wax cotton pads or some wax wicks, they will go. You only need a small spark to light them, and this striker combined with this ferro rod will do that for you. If you're in a much colder environment, that's when I recommend scaling up with the ferro rods, just to deal with the colder digits. And that's what I carry in the Wazoo belt. And as you can see, it's not a heavy system. It's not a massive loadout. I haven't stuffed a whole poncho in there. It's just fire, water, and some cutting implements. That's it. And cordage. They're the ones that I find hardest to replicate when I'm outside. They're the ones that you kind of tend to forget. There's always a lighter left at home. You want to light a fire. It's a bit damp like today, and you haven't got the tinder materials available, or you just don't want to go wandering off in the rain. And like I said, everything in that belt is TSA compliant. And that's the one thing that I demand from my EDC, is that I travel so much and I don't want to be without stuff. I don't want to put stuff in my hand luggage, although I do. I don't want to put stuff in my checked luggage and be separated from it, because that has happened before. So at least on my belt, I got some stuff there to kind of keep me going should I have to. And also as well, it's more of an inconvenience kit. I'm out in the woods with Ida, like I said, almost daily, and guaranteed you, almost daily we forget something. So it's just nice to have it there as a bit of a backup. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Check out the Wazoo equipment. This video is not sponsored. This is just a great piece of kit that I like to absolutely carry, and Dustin is an absolutely amazing guy, and Wazoo support the outdoor community just as much as the outdoor community supports Wazoo. So go check them out if you feel for it. I'd love to know what you would add or take away to this system, or what you would keep in your daily carry. Drop them in the comments below if you fancy it. Talk to you in the next video. Peace.